But the show must go on, so let us continue with our deductions. Now that we know this contrivance is not in fact an anti-gravity device, there remains but one other possibility. You don't say. Someone deliberately turned over every piece of furniture in here. Which might sound obvious, but leaves one mystery very much unsolved. Namely, why would anyone choose to do that? Quite, and naturally there is an explanation. Wow, I fucked that sentence up. You're well? Well, good. I'm glad you're doing well, buddy. Oh, he is back? Who's back? Am I back? Me back? Oh. You can rest between each one. Did it stop for a second? It... Did it? No, it was me that went offline for like a split second. My frame count went back down to like 2,000. It clearly started over. That was weird. At least it came back quickly, I guess. that was really odd. You can rest between each one. You can die and res, but if no res, back to the beginning. Oh, if you lose all your resurrections. Got it. You have to go to the beginning of the whole boss rush. God damn, that is a toughie. I thought the stream dropped. Could have been me. Yep. Yep, that's me. I went offline for just a second. Sorry, guys. My internet's sketchy at best, but... Yeah, I did arcade gnarly on Turtles, but jonesing to play more. We should do gnarly when we all play together, because the normal one was kind of easy, but... Yeah, I'm down. We just gotta bother Drew and find out when he's available. It's alright. Thanks, Venom. You the best, buddy. Quite, and naturally there is an explanation. Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because of the anti-gravity device. He's absolutely determined that this device must have something to do with it, isn't he? I'm afraid the lure of an exciting scientific explanation is too strong. Well, there's no doubt that somebody did this. Somebody turned all this furniture over. So whoever it was must have had a reason. I'm afraid nothing comes to mind at all, though. Well, let's look around and see if the answer presents itself. The reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is clearly because of this. Look, there's something written on the underside of this armchair. Oh yes, safe 432582. Safe. As in safe and secure? As in secure lockable box, I think. Admittedly more likely. Well, there is a large safe bolted to the floor on the other side of the room, so yes. So you mean this number would let us open it? I wonder why it's written here, though. Me too. But we're gonna present it. Slow motion sound. Boom. Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because of the safe combination. Precisely. I believe, Mr. Naruhodo, that you had a very similar experience once, did you not? Yeah, last year. When I bought a lottery ticket and noted the ticket number down on the inside cover of a book just in case. That's it. For people are forgetful souls at heart and always make a written note of important information. Just keeping the ticket itself safe would be more sensible, I think. And what, pray, happened next, Mr. Naruhodo? When the day of the draw came round, I'd forgotten which book I'd written the number in and had to turn my room upside down to find it. That's it, for people are forgetful souls at heart and always forget where they've noted things down. Boy, if I had $1 for every fucking time I hid something in a place where I was just like, I'm gonna hide this thing right fucking here so I know exactly where it is. And then a week later I'm looking for it like, where the hell was that spot? I hated that shit when I was a kid. I lost so much crap because of that. But, Casual, if you're still here, what games were you planning on playing in the future, just out of curiosity? Or are you still working on, like, challenge modes and boss runs? Because I know Sekiro, you're doing the boss run, and Resident Evil 1, you usually just keep mixing up that randomizer, which is awesome. I love Resident Evil 1, so I don't mind. But I'm just wondering if there's anything, like, new on the horizon you want to play, or anything that's piqued your interest, maybe? Not if you always know things in the same place. I actually won the second prize, you know. But I couldn't remember which magazine I'd slipped the ticket into, so I had to turn my ropes like, "Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo, but I believe I've proved my point now." Same, almost lost my saving. Your whole savings? Oh my god. That would kill me. Yeah, I lost a lot of toys as a kid because I was like trying to hide it from like siblings or my mom. But then I'd be like, where did I just put that thing? Fuck. I miss those toys. Sekiro, RE3 remake, more Octopath. Oh yeah, you've been playing that too. I've been doing Front Mission 3 with Crew, which was an old PS1 game that I have OT played in a decade. Oh, have not played in a decade. I don't think I've even heard of Front Mission 3, but I think like in PS1 days, I didn't play a lot of shooters. Admittedly, the only one was really Resident Evil. But I was also playing my N64 a lot too, so PS1 was like for exclusives, like Final Fantasy or I guess I wouldn't say Final Fantasy is a shooter. It had guns, but it wasn't a shooter. But how's Octopath? I'm curious about that one. Like, I see it pop up sometimes, and I'm like, I haven't played one of those games in a long time. Like, just random RPGs. For some reason, it's if I haven't heard good things about it, I'm just not that inclined to rush to get it, I suppose. But Bravely Default, I think, was the last one of those types I played, which was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was a cool game. But I'm not sure how Octopath Traveler is. It's a tactical RPG with mechs. That does sound pretty cool. I haven't played an RPG with mechs in a long time. But I think it was like the last time I played a game with mechs, it was like Zone of the Enders. It was like I think Funky played through that recently, or maybe last year or something. I just remember seeing it and I was just like, oh yeah, I played that one game. It's a good story in Octopath, very long and forces you to grind a lot if you want to beat everyone's story. Oh damn. By beat everyone's story, does like everyone play as the main character at some point, or is it kind of like BioWare games where like each of your party members has their own individual story that you can go through? But a lot of grinding to do those stories? Damn. I mean, I'm just wondering how many stories there are, I guess. RE3, gotta watch that. Yep. I think he's played it and beaten it already, but he likes... Casual's big on, like, challenges. Like, he likes the things more he likes to challenge himself to, like he said earlier, boss rushes, or randos, or, like, just speed runs, I don't know. He and Drew both are just great at doing their challenges. I wish I was like them, but I'm just what they call a bitch. So that's just me. I'm just a bitch. You pick one character and they have to remain in. The other three switch in and out. It is a total of 8 characters. Oh, okay. And is that the whole game? Like you pick a character to be the main one, and then everyone else kind of joins you as you play through that story? Another one? It's kind of like a Final Fantasy game, but instead of giving you a main character, you select one, and then you can go through it with each one. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Maybe I'll check out some videos on it and see if I can play it. Is it just Switch though? What is it on? Is it on Steam? Because I like to stream on my PC. I haven't set up my... I'd have to set up my Switch for the first time, but... Nah, you ain't no bitch. You cool and seen you play some hard stuff. Not hard enough. Although, I did do God of War on God of War mode. That was pretty difficult. But that was because I was playing through it for like a second time. I think if I start replaying games, I'll definitely play hard modes. I just gotta find the right games to replay, you know? Ow, ow, ow. Oh, my eyes. I just poked myself in the eye. It's probably on Steam. I play on Game Pass. Okay. So it's available on the PC. I can work with that. Yep, he is right, man. So far, I'm enjoying this. Aw, thank you, Venom. You're awesome. I'm so glad you joined when Norman raided over. You play the Aries on hard, like 2 and 3? Well, yeah, but that's because I've replayed those too many times. But I should definitely do harder difficulties in general. On games I replay. Play games through the first time I like to do on normal, because I like to be... I get the idea that normal is how the developers intended the game to be played, but when I play through something again, I'll definitely do the hard modes. Like God of War mode was awesome. Yeah, but some people never try hard because they are scared. Sorry, you say that, and I know it's true, because Morrow is one of those people, but she eventually faced the scaredness and started playing Resident Evil 2 Remake on hardcore. There was a while when she like only did assisted, and then I guess she worked her way up. So good for her, but yes, people are like that. I'm just laughing because Mara would probably yell at me if she was still awake. She and I still need to race too. She was telling me like she was gonna kick my ass, and I was like, alright, that's fine, we'll do that. Started from the bottom, now we here? Exactly. Exactly, sir. But yeah, I'm thinking of playing 4 games this week. This one just because it's a recurring thing. Like every week I try to do this. But I'm thinking maybe tomorrow I'll start something new. And then maybe Wednesday I will start playing through something again on hard. I just gotta figure out what I want to do. Like maybe Bioshock 2 or Assassin's Creed. I don't even know if you can play that on hard. What Night is Turtles? I don't know. I don't know what Night Turtles is. Drew hasn't really hit me up to reschedule after last time. We just gotta talk again, because I think he wants to do a Saturday night sometime, which I'm fine with. I can do Saturday night, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. But we'll figure it out. Assassin's Creed, down for it. Well, I got a whole bunch of games in my library. Like, well, now you get to see my library. There's a lot I have uninstalled right now, but like Mass Effect I can revisit on hard. I haven't played Nier Replicant yet. I gotta do that. Outer Worlds you can do on hard. Bunch of Prince of Persias. Some of these I bought like a long freaking time ago. All my Resident Evils. Even the bad ones, like Operation Raccoon City. I can do Resident Evil Village on hard, too, actually. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But yeah, there's a lot of things I can play that I can just play on hard. Yeah, I gotta find something, but I'm sure I'll be able to find something. No, I clicked on the thing! Shit, 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 shit. Hold on. Which is that a very similar scenario has clearly unfolded in this room. Finding himself requiring access to the safe, the occupant of this room needed the combination code. He remembered that he'd written it on the underside of a piece of furniture, but forgot which one. Leading to the state in which we now find the room. Yes, Mr. Drebber overturned all the furniture in here, in a desperate hurry, to locate the combination code that would unlock the safe. Yeah, good thing we crossed off the gravity. Sorry, my stupid pill is kicking in. Because I need to be going to bed. A big fan of Assassin's Creed, Venom, I take it? I have, like, 1, 2, Brotherhood. I think I have, like, between 1 and 3 on Steam. I should play through those again, honestly, but there's a lot to play through. I still gotta play through the Bioshocks because it's one of my favorite series, so and they're coming out with 4 eventually, which I'm holding my reservations on because I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm sure you guys know what that feels like if you get your hopes up for a game and it doesn't do well. So, because this one's not being made or written by the guy that did the first 3, not even the first 3, he only did one in Infinite. A separate developer did 2, which is why the story for 2 isn't that great. But the gameplay in 2 was actually really good. But sorry, rambling. But that's my plan. Your marathon stream, you were doing some Soulsborne games. I was gonna do Resident Evil because a lot of my friends really like Resident Evil. Like Maro really wanted to watch it, and my friends Bougie Bourgeoisie and Winter, they wanted to see it. It was just, you know, gonna be Resident Evil again because it's my specialty, you know. But I do want to consider doing one where I do Soulsborns, but for that, I may have to play through them a little bit again, because I don't imagine, like, I'm very anal when I play Dark Souls games. Like, I try to pick up every single item, but so I imagine it might take me longer than 37 hours to beat just one. That's what I'm saying here. Like, doing a Soulsborne marathon would be fun, but would take me significantly longer than 37 hours. Anyway, not really a big fan, but I played it. I was about to be, but my 360 just broke and it's been years. But seriously, I miss watching and playing Assassin's Creed, so I'm down for a gameplay. I actually wouldn't be down. I wouldn't be opposed to playing that. I mean, at least the first 3. After that, it kind of gets messy, and I'm like, whatever. But when your 360 broke, which Assassin's Creed did you leave off on? Because there's 1, 2, Brotherhood, something, Revelations, and then 3. What? Okay, now I'm irritating myself. What's the order of those? Oh, it's just Brotherhood and Revelations? Oh, okay. I thought there was a 3rd one in there somewhere. Yeah, okay. Well, that's what that is. I love Resident Evil, so let me know when you do it because I want to see it. Absolutely, don't worry. I will... I'm sure at some point during the marathon, you will see me streaming at a weird hour with a title that just says 37 hours. So, you won't miss it. I guarantee you that. But yes, when I do it, I was going to try to bother someone to play through 5 and 6 with me, just so that I have co-op to do it with. And Maro said she'd do 5, but it's hard to find someone that'll do 6 with you, you know? Because 6 is not great. 6 is not great. The co-op is fun. I enjoy the co-op together, but just pretend it's not Resident Evil. That's all I have to. That's all I would say. I will do 5 or 6, and even Revelations raid mode. I should consider doing that, honestly, because I've done a lot of, like, 1 to 8s, except I skip a couple, like 3, 5, and 6, usually. But I should consider putting Revelations in there and stuff. Just because it's been a long time since I played those, honestly. I don't know. It's alright. My hair isn't usually this neat in the front. I'm kind of proud of it. Makes me look decent. But, God, sorry. My attention is going crazy right now, but that's because the gummy's kicking and I'm getting high. I was supposed to be done by now because it's my bedtime, but I'm enjoying this conversation. Did you play the PS3 Operation Raccoon? It was terrible, but I loved it. No, I didn't, unfortunately. When it came out, I was hearing just questionable things about it, but, so I just kind of skipped it. I also think I was kind of, like, into different games then. Like, I was still into Resident Evil, but it was kind of like, I'm not big on the Resident Evil spin-offs, so when I heard that was a Resident Evil spin-off and not, like, one of the big number entries, I was like, whatever, it's fine. Like, I can always come back if I really need to. I will see you next stream. I appreciate that, but I also still have to finish this deduction. Technically, I can save it in the middle, but we have to finish the deduction. Get some rest, dude. If you stream tomorrow, I'll stop by and we can chat about this. Absolutely. I think tomorrow I'll start my other viewer-redeemed game, Kenna Bridge of Spirits. I know nothing about that game, but Dragon redeemed it once, so I'm going to give it a shot. Get some rest? I will, but just after this deduction. And then I'll be happy to keep this conversation going. Venom said, AC Black Flag, actually. It wasn't really my 360, it was my cousin's. Well, I'm sorry that his 360 broke and you couldn't finish Black Flag. I tried to finish Black Flag, but, like, the ship upgrades in that game are introduced as optional at the beginning of the game, so I didn't really focus on it. Like, I'd upgrade here and there when I could, if I decided to go out of my way for it, but I was really just into the story, so I was playing the story mainly. And unfortunately, the story gets to a point where you're forced into a ship battle with 2 other ships. And because my ship wasn't that upgraded, and this was like far into the game, my ship gets torn apart. And I try it a few times to see if I can like finagle my way around it, but I wasn't able to, and I was just expected to go grind in order to continue the game, and that irritated the crap out of me. I'm sorry, Black Flag. I'm sure the rest of it might have been a good game, but when I got to that point, I was like, nope, I can't do it. They made something optional suddenly mandatory at this point of the game with no prior warning. Fuck that. Like, if I want to grind, I'll do it because I want to grind. I don't want to grind because they make it mandatory to grind. You know? Maybe I'm just crazy. But sorry. I need to end this rant and finish the deductions. Let's go. Now, let us consider the next conundrum. What was our engineer friend's aim? Indubitably, the greatest clue we have to explain his actions is above our heads. Yes, how is it possible there are footprints all the way up there on the ceiling? A question whose answer will lead us neatly to the truth, my dear madam. The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby skylight. Well, if a change in the direction of gravity can't explain it, then how did those footprints get there? Yes, I feel as though that particular mystery has just become even harder to solve. I can't think of other way to explain it at all. Wow, my sentences are shit right now. If you stream tomorrow, stop playing. I won't be a part of your system. That's right, casual, fight the power. Although right now the power is my system mode. It's not a system, I just want to finish the deduction. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be very soon. We're at the second half already. So I will get some rest right after this. Ooh, life was so much simpler in those halcyon days when gravity could be reversed. It was minutes ago, and those halcyon days never existed in the first place. Well, I suppose we must simply put our faith in Mr. Sholmes and observe the area in more detail. Putting our faith in Mr. Sholmes is what gets us into these situations in the first place! He's right. I'm gonna assume these right here. I had a feeling it was the balloon, but why are there footprints on the balloon now? And why is there still a shoe? It's hard to believe, but there's a shoe up there, look! Oh yes, and there are more footprints on this little balloon too. Perhaps the shoe was thrown up there and became lodged, do you think? If so, then judging from the number of footprints, it must have been thrown up several times. Why would anyone be throwing shoes up at the ceiling, though? Oh dear, that's beyond me, I'm afraid. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go with the shoe, because that seems like the most obvious.
Take that!
Pretty sure. Boom! That's the slow-mo sound of my finger guns. Here, right there. I need to learn the perfect framing for my finger guns. Anyway. The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby shoe. And on closer inspection, there are clearly footprints all over the balloon as well. In other words, the aim was never the skylight at all, but the balloon. But for what purpose? A green balloon. That seems somewhat familiar, Data. It was a piece of a green balloon's envelope that Mr. Naruhodo and Iris found at the scene. And inside the green balloon that Master Gotts claims he saw above the stage when the incident occurred was the second birdcage, the crux of the whole instantaneous kinesis deception. You mean to say... If we assume the balloon in here is a model of the one used on the day... Oh, wait, that's Sholmes. Whoops. I'm getting the voices wrong. I am struggling. If we assume the balloon in here is a model of the one used on the day, there is a strong possibility something may be concealed inside it. Something our absconder was desperate to retrieve before making a hasty getaway. But the balloon's out of reach. Hence why he resorted to a projectile, namely the shoe. Most probably Drebber intended to tear a hole in the envelope by assailing it with the shoe. However, his efforts were thwarted when the shoe itself became a prisoner of these lofty heights. Oh dear, we desperately need to examine that balloon. If only there was some way we could see inside. You may recall that I found this in the room earlier, which I believe offers a solution. Oh, the rope. To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this rope? Mr. Sholmes has managed to bring the deduction back to the rope. Alright, I have to admit, that was clever. So we just throw the rope up to the balloon and then pull it down to us on the ground? Which is much easier said than done, I feel. And could take us a very long time as well. True, perhaps we need a more surefire method. In fact, we already have one, of course, don't we? I'm assuming this, because that's how it happened in the real life, right? Let's do it.
Take that!
Boom. To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this crossbow? That was found at the scene, in fact, and in all likelihood belongs to Mr. Drebber. If the man had only brought it away with him that day, he could have avoided losing a shoe at such a critical time as this. So, shall we? Your curiosity is deeply stirred, and no doubt, my dear fellows. What is it that Enoch Drebber has hidden inside that balloon? Oh my god, is that the head of the wax? Okay, let's go. What the? A waxwork? Indeed it is. A waxwork head inside a metal mask. A mask that is shut tight and fastened with a strong and quite impenetrable lock. So we can't see the face inside, that means. Just a moment, this is the head of the waxwork model? Does that mean... Oh goodness. I see you've joined the dots, Miss Susato. Excellent. Ah, of course, a headless waxwork model. The case of the abducted Madame Tussville's model that you'd largely solved. It was only the head of the killer that was still missing. Indeed it was. But I believe Madame Tussville's will now have to settle with her sizable account with me. This, as you have now surmised, is the head of the infamous professor. Yes. But why is it here? This conclusively confirms my suspicions. The man responsible for stealing the professor from Madame Tussville's and returning it sans tête earlier today was none other than Enoch Drebber. This is incredible. Professor Harebrain's case and the waxwork abduction they're inextricably linked by Enoch Drebber's workshop. And they keep hiding the face because it's going to be someone we know, right? It's probably Lord Strongheart or something. That's the best. I should do the... Oh, man. I should have a frickin' Sholmes finger gun emote. Just... Well, it appears our logical pleasure cruise has come to an end, my dear fellows. All that remains is, yes, to speak with the architect of this adventure. The architect? You mean Mr. Drebber? As it seems quite impossible that he escaped via one of the skylights, obviously the man must still be here in the room. What? And his location should be abundantly clear. If you simply reflect on the journey we've made together during this deduction. Enoch Drebber is right here, somewhere in this room. So, Mr. Naruhodo, will you do the honors? Yes, of course. Mr. Drebber's hiding place must be the... Oh. So I actually have to pick an item? Sorry, I'm just... Because I can pick the wardrobe or the closet, right? Or the cupboard right now. Is that the only two items? That's cupboard as well. Can I move my... Oh, I can move it. Okay. I'm gonna assume the safe. Look at all that mess in front of the safe. Yes, plans and accounting ledgers. Almost as if somebody was in a hurry to empty the contents of the safe, in fact.
Take that!
Mr. Trevor? Before we gained access to this back room, we heard noises from in here. Which tells us that the engineer was still in the building at that point in time. He was in fact searching for the combination to his safe. And pressed for time, made no attempt to right the furniture that he overturned in the process. From which we can deduce that his search for the combination happened very recently indeed. In summary, Mr. Enoch Drebber is at this very moment inside the safe. Thus conclude Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, bingo, deduction complete. Oh, hells yeah, let's go. That's what the slow-mo thing is now. It's just my finger guns. It's funny because he does it too. Sherlock Holmes does. Alright, am I close to the end of the investigation? It would be nice if I hit the end point before the trial. So, Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps it's time we ended this game of hide-and-seek, don't you? By opening the safe, you mean? What else? Let's see, the combination was 1... 432582. I knew that! Alright, then here goes. Is he dead inside there? Nope. You found me. Is he dancing? He definitely strikes me as a deep, the Frankenstein character in Addams Family. I think he was the butler, but he had a very kind of like slow, deep, just kind of like, "How are you this morning?" It's got to be him.
Right then, sir, Mr. Enoch Drebber, I presume.
Correct. You'd better start talking. You tricked Professor Harebrine with that bogus machine you built. And you shall have to explain the theft of the waxwork from Madame Tussauds as well. whilst I would be delighted to answer your many questions. Personally, I would advise that you deactivate my little parcel first. Deactivate? Your parcel? I refer, of course, to the time bomb. I left it in a most prominent position. Ah. Ha ha ha. I see. Stunned silence. You're all gearing up to die with me then? No! Mr. Sholmes, with only 7 seconds to spare? That was too close for comfort. I've got 1 foot in the grave already.
Are you trying to help us get a killer or get us killed?
Mr. Sholmes' deductions can be completely life-altering, can't they? Well, my dear fellows, that was a close shave. The resemblance to an anti-gravity device is really quite startling, I must say. Anti-gravity devices don't exist! Ooh, I wouldn't push it, Mr. Sholmes. Oh man, I want to talk to him because I want to get to the end, but I think I have to stop here. It is 15 minutes past, and I'm getting high as a kite. So, let me just save here. Boy, that investigation took much longer than I thought it would, but at least hopefully we're going to come back here either later this week or next week, most likely next, and hopefully we'll see the conclusion to this. But yeah, for now, let me see. Who do we have that we can raid? Drew is doing Breath of Fire 4. We can do that. For anyone that doesn't know that dude, Drew, he's really cool, chill. I was just talking about him a minute ago with Casual. But, yeah. Feel free to say hi. If not, you can ditch now. But either way, just some quick shout-outs. Norman, I know you're gone, but I just want to thank you again for the raid, dude. It was so nice of you. And for the second gifted sub to Venom. I really thank you for that. I don't get a lot of those, so it means a lot. And Venom yourself. Venom, thank you so much for not only the follow, super appreciated, but for being such a positive energy in chat. You know, chatting it up, getting hype, finger guns, like, you are a phenomenal chat member, Venom, so props to you, dude. Props to you. But Casualty, thank you so much for dropping by to chat as well. Mochi, I know you're not listening, but wherever you are, I hope you're having a great date with your guy friend. Otherwise, that's about it. So, to anyone who came to hang out and chat and just chill, thank you so much. It means the world. Like I said earlier, I'm going to try starting something new tomorrow, and another replay Wednesday. But yeah, until then, you know, you guys take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, and I look forward to the next time we can chat. So, take care, guys.